Well, good morning. Well, at least it's morning here in the great state of Florida. Today I wanted to show you this Carver banjo that I finished a bit ago. Uh, I wanted to get a Gourd banjo and came across his website. Makes good stuff. Comes to you in parts, of course, and you put it together. And I followed his directions for the most part. It's as he mentions on his website, there are some design issues here that he did just for production. For example, the peg head should be really more tapered, but to make them quickly and good quality, he made some changes. Uh, Comes with everything that you need. I don't. I didn't use his strings. I prefer either the classic Aquila nylon strings here, these guys, wherever that is, I guess, the classic banjo strings. Or you can go with the reds. Uh, those strings are all red. I don't like a wound fourth string. This has a wound fourth, but I personally don't like it. And I changed it. Has all the OGs marked for those who aren't really familiar with the old Gourd banjos. These bumps are not just for grins. They actually have a purpose. Fifth string, seventh string, 10th, and 12th, which lets you know, oops, there we go, that your bridge is correct. Yeah, 12th fret. I added a inlay here from an old 1900 Cole banjo that I had. And so I know where the third is. I could put it on the side, most people do, but I just decided that's good for me. In his instructions, he tells you to put the skin on, wet, of course, and you have the glue first, and then you put this on, and you stretch it, and you put your tacks in, press them in, and then put masking tape around until it dries, and then take the masking tape off and use a X-Acto knife and slide it underneath and cut. Well, I put a lot of skins on banjos, and I prefer to put it on just like he said, wet, glue it on, put the tacks, and then while it's still wet, I take a pair of scissors and I cut it because scissors work great on wet skin like that. Got it to where I wanted, put the tape around it, let it dry. I found that whichever method you're going to use, the skin's going to be pretty sharp when it's dried, which is not a problem, except where you put your hand sometimes. So I just use a piece of chamois. Go to Walmart, buy a chamois in the auto parts area, and cut a strip. I glue that along here, and then I glued a piece on the side here, like that. Just glued that on, because that's where I rest my arm. I'm not a big fan of scoops, but that's the way that they were made. Should put a hat on because I'm sure the light is reflecting. Has a hole, one hole in it. And you have three screws where you glue the neck together, two pieces. Glue it and screw it, as they say. And you're never going to take those out, really. So I'm just going to take a piece of dowel rod and cut it to fit and put it in there and go that way. Other than that, everything comes with it. I think the bridge came with it too. I believe it did. All the pegs work fine. Follow the instructions. Do not put any finish in those holes. Don't do that. Uh, the alignment's good, and the sound is pretty good, actually. Maybe I should back up a bit here. You can see it easier. It's only a 10-inch head, but plenty. That's Cousin Sally Brown. Uh, has a nice tone to it, and it's interesting. And if you're a frailer, I would say get one of these. I would tell you how much I paid for it, but I actually forgot. I don't think it was very much because I probably wouldn't put it on if it was a whole lot. But it was good. Look up Carver Banjos, Carver. He has a video on how to put it together and everything that you're going to need if you're unfamiliar with how to do those things. Uh, I think it's worth the money. I don't know the guy. I'm not getting anything back from him. I'm just telling you what I have done and how it plays for me. So with that, take care.